Advanced Boolean Searching for the Environmental Legal Research course at Boston College Law School. As you already know, Boolean searching uses search terms combined with Boolean connectors to get all the documents that exactly match the search statement. Lexis, Westlaw, and Bloomberg Law allow users to begin with a Boolean search. Lexis and Westlaw also allow users to filter by searching within the initial results using Boolean search logic, whether the searcher began with a Boolean or a natural language search. When you design a Boolean search, you are balancing two competing tensions: the desire for precision, eliminating irrelevant documents from your need to review them, and a desire for accuracy, maximizing the relevant documents returned by your search. Remember that you don't need to craft a perfect search, but you do want to write a search that harnesses the power of the computer to let it do as much of the sorting of potentially relevant documents as it can for you. Accuracy in a Boolean search is writing a search that includes as many of the things you are looking for as possible. A totally accurate search that contains every document you might need to use will probably contain so many irrelevant documents that it isn't worth your time to look at all of them. So don't worry about achieving total accuracy, especially on your first try. Research tip: do start with a broad search and narrow your results. It is easier to eliminate the unnecessary than to know what you aren't seeing. One way to increase accuracy is to include alternative ways of expressing the same concept. To help you generate additional alternatives in your search crafting, Westlaw lets you access a thesaurus in which you can select related concepts to add to your terms and connectors search. But don't just consider synonyms. Some concepts can be expressed in both the positive and the negative. For example, the right to clean air could be expressed as the duty not to pollute. Another tool that can be used to increase your accuracy is to use hyphens rather than quotation marks for phrases that could also be hyphenated words. Both Lexis and Westlaw will retrieve the two-word phrase as well as the hyphenated word if you enter it as a hyphenated word. Westlaw goes the added step of automatically including the compound word. Lexis doesn't do that, so if you're using a hyphenated word that could have been expressed as a compound word on Lexis, you'll want to include that alternative with an OR connector. Using a hyphen rather than quotation marks also allows Lexis to automatically include plurals. Remember that quotation marks in Lexis override the automatic plurals in both terms and connectors and natural language searching. And speaking of connectors, another way to improve your search accuracy is to understand the order in which the system processes the connectors. Unlike you and I, who read left to right, the computer looks for the connectors first and determines in which order to process them based on the most likely scenario. Lexis and Westlaw's Boolean search engines process the OR connectors first, assuming that this is a list of alternatives, all of which should have the same relationship to the other terms in the search. It then processes the words required to be the closest together, then those that can be at greater distances. Next, the system looks at the grammatical connectors, first same sentence, then same paragraph. Then the AND connectors are applied, and finally the AND nots or but nots. And usually this is the order you want these operations to be applied. If you want them applied differently, all you need to do is add parentheses to change their order. So in the example salt and pepper or cinnamon, the computer, not knowing what these words mean, assumes pepper or cinnamon are alternatives and runs that connector first, and requires one or the other to be in the same document as the word salt. But putting parentheses around salt and pepper, we tell the computer we want this operation performed first, and we want any documents that have either both the word salt and the word pepper, or any document that contains the word cinnamon. Precision in a Boolean search is writing a search that eliminates the irrelevant documents. A totally precise search that contains no irrelevant documents will probably exclude a number of documents that might be useful. This is okay because there are other research tools and methods that will help us discover these excluded documents to a point. You will want to strive for a balance between precision and accuracy in your searches. There are a number of tools these systems have to help increase your precision. Usually Lexis and Westlaw don't pay attention to capital letters, but if you are looking for an acronym, you can tell the system not to include documents with that string of characters unless they are in all caps. For example, if you're looking for the Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act of 1986 and want to also look for Sarah, use all caps to prevent accidentally pulling people with the name Sarah. Another tool for eliminating irrelevancies is the at least operator. The worst search I ever ran was a single word search that pulled up 30 documents, all of which had footnotes that said, quote, "This document will not discuss," and there was my search term. To make sure that a subject is actually being discussed, as opposed to just mentioned, you can use the at least operator to require your search term to have multiple occurrences in the document retrieved. You can set the number at least 2 or 3 or 5, whatever you think will eliminate the casual mentions but include the true discussions. Another way to increase your precision is to require that your search terms be in a particular part of the document. Documents are divided into fields, that's Westlaw's word for this, or segments, that's what Lexis calls them, that allow a user to search for terms in a particular part of the document. This is what makes possible pulling up a case by name rather than locating every case that mentions the case name. Some fields or segments are information added by the vendor and proprietary to that system. Some are unique, like West Key Number Digests and Lexis Core Terms. And cases on both Lexis and Westlaw have headnotes, but the headnotes on each system are exclusive to that system. Many segments and fields are database specific, since types of documents will have different parts. To maximize your ability to use fields and segments, restrict your search to the document type you are seeking before clicking on Advanced Search. The document fields for Westlaw cases include fields like judge, attorney, and docket number, while the fields available in a Westlaw statutory code include caption, citation, annotations, statutory text, and historical notes. Similarly, an advanced search on Lexis of a case database has segments like party name, court, disposition, and core terms, while the Lexis advanced search in a code database includes segments like heading, text, and history. What's the ideal distance between search terms? It really depends. If you're looking for any case that mentions a witness and a signature, use the AND connector. And if you're looking for cases that discuss a witness's testimony and talk about that witness's signature, maybe the same sentence or same paragraph connector might be more useful in eliminating irrelevant cases. If you're looking for something about a witness to a signature, it might be best to have it within a few words. Research tip: when you use Boolean terms and connector searching, check the number of documents your search retrieved to adjust your search strategy. If your terms are used frequently, giving you too many documents, define your topic more narrowly. If there don't seem to be a lot of cases directly on point, try thinking of analogous situations you can search for. Strive for balance in your searches. If a Boolean terms and connector search gets you way too many documents, or if it gets you no documents at all, try changing to a different type of search engine, like natural, language, or conversational search. Or maybe take a step back and find a new starting place altogether. After all, we call it research, not one search.